Hi, thank you for joining me today. I'm Teresa Crawley at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Today I have a beautiful pre-owned Tiffin Allegro bus. This is a 2019 and the floor plan is 40IP. You'll see this coach almost looks new to me. It is in such great shape. So whoever owned it before took great pride of ownership, which says a lot to me about how they took care of everything that you can't see. So let's get started. Come on in and see if you like the floor plan. We've got 2 recliners in this living area, as well as a sleeper sofa on the opposing side. So you can have 4 people sleeping in this coach at one time. We also have a really nice storage ottoman here. And this top just comes up so you can put your extra blankets, pillows, DVDs, etc. in there. TV here is on a lift. And throughout the coach, you'll see these are LG flat screen TVs, really nice upgrades. All the lighting inside and out is LED as well. One of the things you can't see is we have heated floors. That was an added option when this was ordered, as well as power blinds. And what that means is you can choose each blind individually. There's a day shade and a night shade. You could just do one. You can do all of them at once. When it's nighttime, you can push a button and all the night shades will come down and you can go to sleep without having to go around the coach and put each one down individually. I'll show you one just real quick. So this is just going to be the day shades going down. And you can see that just the push of a button. So easy. These are your day shades. The night shades obviously are going to be fully darkening, so they will block out all light, but this just gives a nice bit of privacy as well as some shade if it's extra hot out or something like that too. Over here we have, this is considered a workstation dinette, so it does have the ability to come out a little further and you can add a couple of extra chairs for guests, but also it has a place to put your keyboard if you're going to be doing work on the road. So there's that little thing there, and it also gives you a little bit deeper counter space here, so you could put a monitor or files, whatever it is that you're working on at the time. So it's handy to have a little bit of extra here in this area without taking all the space of a booth. Over here, you'll see, I love how Tiffin does their kitchens. So this is solid surface countertop. We have a really great kitchen window here that's letting in a lot of light. It's surprising how much of a difference it makes when there isn't a kitchen window. It really does brighten the place up. But some of the things that I love about a Tiffin kitchen, this is a really nice wide pull out here. And then of course we have all of these drawers that are full extension. And you'll see they put all of these nice separators for knives and silverware, etc. That way they're not going to be jiggling around when you're driving. I always find that when I'm driving a coach, the more clanging and banging, the more on edge I am driving. Also, I think it can scare you into jerking off the road a little bit if you hear things falling over and things like that. So it's nice that they put these little extra touches in. They just make a little bit of difference in the calm of your drive, and we know that's important in these big coaches. Here we have a pull out. It doesn't look like anything on this side, but on this side it's got a really great divider going on. So you could put your plates and things up here, or whatever you wanted to use this for. It's just a really great space and it's nice and deep. Of course, we have your convection microwave, so you can bake in here. An induction cooktop with a really nice solid surface counter cover here. So this will work as a splash guard when it's up, and when it's down, it'll give you extra space to get your work done. Here we have a incognito dishwasher. Just looks like a cabinet when it's closed, but these are great. Lots of deep space to cook some of your bigger pots and pans, bowls, etc. These are just microwave components that are laying in there. This is where I would put my baking sheets. And look at this huge farm sink. You can definitely get your dishes washed in here. You could even wash your dog in here. Little sprayer and soap pump. Just one less thing to have rattling around or moving around on your sink, or that you have to worry about putting away when you're getting ready to go. Here's another great thing Tiffin does. Pull out for your trash. You could obviously put whatever you want here, but this is going to separate so you can have more storage under there. Oops. There we go. And then lastly, we put these great shelves in. Sorry, there's a trick here. There we go. So that we can reach the things that are a little bit farther back. Love that they do that. So again, really well appointed kitchen. We of course have a fantastic fan up here that will suck up smoke if you're cooking. Also, it helps to cool the coach very quickly if you haven't had the air conditioner on. And on the opposite side here, we have a great pull-out pantry. Let's see, this has a lock so that it doesn't come flying open, as I was talking about before when you're driving. But look at all that pantry space. You're not going to have to stop at the grocery store nearly as often with this coach. This really nice, huge refrigerator. We've got ice and water in the door here, and then lots of space in this freezer down here. And when we go outside, I'll show you, we also have an outdoor freezer fridge that's programmable, so you can have even more food with you on the road. Over here we have your half bath. This is great when you are in travel mode, your slides are in. It's just a really easy way to do this, or if you have guests staying with you. And what a cute little sink, little white porcelain sink. So this is something that I think is really great that Tiffin is doing, is we have touchscreen for everything we need. So here we are. This is the home screen, but we also have the lighting screen, and you can turn every light on or off at this place, or you can turn them all off with the touch of a button. We can also check our battery life. How's our generator doing? Oh, it's going right now. We can set our generator for certain times or temperatures. This is going to be, of course, how you handle your floor heat and the temperature of each zone. So we have rear, mid, and front floor heat, and also our heat from our AquaHot system. For those of you who don't know, AquaHot not only acts as your heater, it also acts as your water heater. So it's a 2-in-1, very convenient tankless water heater, but it also provides a nice moist heat for the coach, which is actually great for the wood in here to keep it fresh. On this screen we have slide outs, so extend, retract. The front ones are actually on the front seats, and I can show you that as we leave the coach. I'll show you how that works. And what's so smart about that, and Tiffin's the only brand that I know of that does it on the seats, what's so smart about that is you have to make sure your seat is in the frontmost position so that your slide isn't going to ruin that seat. I've seen it happen so many times where people forget that their driver's seat is back further, and it runs into the slide and it ruins the slide, or it ruins the chair. But having it on the seat itself helps prevent that situation from happening. So these are your shades. Again, I was saying they're all on a button, so you could do each one individually, day shades or night shades. And then you can do them all at once, or you can do them individually. Here we have our bay doors lock, unlock, entry door lock, unlock, your TV lift in the front, up and down, and then your fans that I was talking about. You have one in the kitchen area, one in your mid bath that we just saw, and then one in your back bath. In here, we're just looking at other settings, diagnostics, switches, screen settings, so if you wanted to change if it was too bright or whatever. So Really handy to have this here. You know where to go for each individual thing instead of trying to find this switch in this cabinet and this switch in that cabinet. It's all centralized for you. And also the diagnostic screen, which I'll get into a little bit more later, is very helpful in saving on service bills, or if you're on the side of the road saying, what is going on? These diagnostic screens are going to help you know what is going on, and if you can fix it yourself, all the better. All right, come on into this gorgeous master bedroom. I love this. We have a really nice ceiling fan, a huge king-size memory foam bed. We of course have storage. We have little light panels on the sides, these touch screens that I was just showing you. Plug-ins, USB ports, but this is such a nice feeling bed. And right across from the bed, of course, we have some closet space, which I'll show you, but we have a fireplace in here. Now I have this fireplace going and it is not putting out any heat right now because it's quite warm enough today, but it really makes a nice aesthetic in here. A cozy, let's go to bed feeling vibe. I love that. You can use it for heat as well. So really nice feature to have that, and it's just pretty. And then we have another TV on a lift with an LG soundbar as well. I'll just show you these nice deep drawers real quick. So then we're back into the master bath. I wanted to show you that we have divider doors going into the bedroom as well as going into this master bath. So I just wanted you to see that real quick, but I don't want to close you off. So very nice, well built, beautiful. And then come see this master bathroom. So you might notice it's brighter and lighter in here. They used a different color of cabinetry for that to happen. So we've got more of a whitewashed look in here. We've got these two nice sinks. And then we've got some really great little medicine cabinets. And just beautiful finishes. These are just so pretty. And of course, storage. And you both get your own sides so you don't have to fight. The less marriage fighting, the better. That's what I say. In here, we've got your washer and dryer, stackable. And these are Splendide, which I hear is the best brand, but what do I know? There's that fantastic fan I was talking about, and then your rear closet space here. You will notice there's a little safe in here. It's a really great feature when you're living in your coach. And then just more storage space back here. A little bit of storage above the commode here. And then a really nice towel rack that was added here. These are porcelain toilets. Just a note for those of you who have sat on the plastic ones in campers, they're not as sturdy feeling. And then this beautiful shower. We actually have a skylight in here that I can open up to let more light in. But I love that they make it so you can close it if it's too warm. Really nice rain head shower, a bar to hold on to, sprayer, and a seat that can go away, but it's great if you need to shave your legs or take a rest. Let's go check out the cockpit. So this has a 450 horse Cummins engine. We've got 15,000 pounds of towing capacity and a 6-speed Allison transmission. These front seats are very cushy and comfortable, and of course powered, up, down, heat. Your pedals are also powered so they can come in or out to accommodate your comfort better. Love that. Over here, it might be hard for you to get to, but this is your leveling system. So we have air leveling as well as a hydraulic jacks that will go down. And those are very easy to use, of course. Just push a button, travel. Travel mode is when you want to go. You got to lift those up, or if you want to put your levelers down, you can pick air or the jacks to go down. So really nice feature. Obviously cup holder. Over here we have the driver's solar shade, so that's just going to help you block that sun while you're driving, and it's very easy to see and get to, so you're not looking away from your driving. Driver's night shade, same thing but darker. Then we have your air horn, which takes you from wimpy horn. So if you're in a parking lot, oh, that might have just turned it all off. Air horn is your serious horn. So there we go. Engine brake, low, off, or high. I like to leave mine on high all the time. Just, it really saves your brakes. It does a lot of the work for you. And then here we have your toll window function. So there's that. So you don't have to get out to pay your tolls if you happen to be in one of those places that you have to do that. It's quite a hassle if you don't have this function. We have a USB, of course, and then your transmission here is where you shift. So very easy to use. We have a 12 volt here, heat for your mirrors, so on and off, and then power. This will move your mirrors around, of course. Parking brake. We have an engine preheat function, which is really nice, especially up in the north. Get that going before you try to start it. Auxiliary start is something that draws from your house batteries to get your coach started if your chassis batteries happen to be low. So it's really great in a sticky situation. This is the pedals in and out button I was telling you about. So if you're a little bit taller, you might want them to go in. I happen to not have that problem, so I want them to come out. Over here, of course, lights, and then the lighting on here. Some of the things that are different here, I wanted to show you that Tiffin has this little, they call it a joystick. So it makes me want to play Atari as I'm driving, but it doesn't really do that. What it does is it changes the way that your screen up here presents. So it can change the color, but more importantly, it will show you what's going on. For example, the generator, it says I have 168.4 hours on it. My inverter is, oh, there we go. It's on the cycling. I'm sorry. I thought I had it on the, where it would just tell you one at a time, which you can do. But all of these different features, it's telling you all of these different things that it does, but you can set it exactly how you want it. The other great thing that this does, so here we're moving trips. You can see that moving around to how I want it to show. But then on this side, I wanted to move some things as well. There we go, generator running. So there's also a screen on here that will do diagnostics. So I'm going to go to that diagnostic screen here. And it's not really going to make any sense to us because these are codes, messages of what's going on in the coach. But as I was saying before, this is stuff that you could call Tiffin and say, well, it's saying that this is having this, and they'll be able to tell you what's going on if you need to get to a service center or if you can handle it yourself. So I think that's really a great, great feature that we have that going on, the diagnostics. We have other things as well on here, but I thought that one was really the most important. Moving on here, we have two huge screens. So what I wanted you to see, of course we have radio, media, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, etc. Your cameras, which you can see on this screen right now, that's showing the back of the coach. But I wanted you to see the navigation system in here as well. It's a Rand McNally, which is an RV-friendly navigation system. So it goes 3 exits ahead of where you are to make sure it's not taking you anywhere that you can't go. whether you're too heavy or wide, etc. And how it knows that is you're going to put in your RV info. So you're going to say you're a Class A on this coach. How much propane do you have? How many trailers, etc. And it's going to make sure that you're going a safe route for this big of a coach. Great feature. It's really hard to do U-turns in tight spots on dirt roads and these things. So this is really going to help you out in that kind of a situation. We have a left hand and right hand camera as well as your rear, and those will auto-populate when you turn your blinkers on, but you can also keep them focused on one or the other when you're driving down the road. So most people are going to want to keep an eye on their tow vehicle or see if anyone's trying to pass them or getting up on their rear too much. So most people would keep it in the back position. A couple more buttons here. We have a step cover, and that is for the passenger side. It will just have a floor that comes up so that their feet aren't dangling. Really, it's more of, to me, a psychological benefit, because you don't feel like you're 3 years old and your legs are dangling in that chair. But it just is a nice feature. You can also stand on it if it happens to be deployed and you're there. Also, I think that if you had a dog at your feet, they would really appreciate not having to lay on the stairs. We also have a driver fan here. So that's going to be this fan right here. And normally it's going to be pointed toward the windshield, which is going to help to defrost. But you can also point it toward yourself if you just happen to be hot. We have solar shade here, night shade, your generator start and stop. We have map lights if you needed to do some reading up here. Docking light, which is outside, and then switching from radio to camera. And of course, this is your air conditioning and heating system. One other thing that I do need to point out is that the passenger has an additional navigation screen, so they can direct you without you having to take your eyes off the road if you're driving. Great safety feature. And we also have the ability in the passenger seat to turn lights on and things like that. So you have another one of those touch screens right there. I'm going to go back to the mid cabin area and close the slides back here so we can go outside and see the underbelly a little bit easier, but you can see how easy this is to do. Fireplace just turned itself off because I was bringing this slide, and I think that's interesting. They probably don't want to burn the sheets. Smart. Forgot to point out earlier, we do have a central vac system here. So this is your kick plate. If you were to use a broom, you can put it right there and it'll suck it up. Or we also have a place to put in your hoses and things that are included with this coach. So just so you know. And then we'll head to the front and I can show you those crazy slide controls that are on the driver and passenger seat. So it forces me to be in this position. I actually am going to need to pull up this ottoman real quick too, but sorry about that. Okay, so again, it's going to force me to be in this position so I can see what's going on with this slide here. So if I had accidentally left this seat too far back, you can see how this would be a problem with the seat. Those of you who have a motorhome with slides know exactly what I'm talking about. This is something that is an unfortunate learning event if you make this accident, which I think most RVers have at some point or another. So, fail-proof here, thanks to Tiffin. Now I want you to take note that you can still walk through here. There is room to walk through, and this seat's not even in its furthest back position. These can be picked up and moved, but I just wanted you to see that I can get through. I can get to the refrigerator and I can get to the mid-bath quite easily, or I could even get back to that bed if I wanted to take a nap with slides in. So that's really important. So I just turned off the generator and the ignition. You can hear it's nice and quiet, and we're going to go outside and see some of those underneath bays. Before we do so though, I wanted you to notice what a beautiful entry this is. And there is a little drawer down here, so if you needed to put dog leashes, umbrellas, flip-flops, whatever it is that you need to keep by the door, it's a great little place for it. We also have a touch pad here, so you can program a code in to get in the coach or to lock it as you're leaving. It also will unlock and lock the bay doors separately if you needed that. And we also have a doorbell right here. So we have dual fuel fill here. This is 150 gallons capacity, but you can fill them both at the same time, save you time at the pump. I can't tell you it'll save you money at the pump with prices of diesel right now, but here we go. Exterior fridge freezer. This is a Dometic, and it's on a little slide out, so it's a lot easier to get into. But it's really good capacity. You could stop at Costco and get some steaks and put them in here and go on your way. A little trick for you too is if you're not using it, this is a great way to keep it ventilated so it doesn't grow mold. Over here we have a powered slide out. I want you to notice that there's this great carpet on everything in this underbelly area. That's going to help with noise, vibration from things moving around, getting broken, all of those things. But this tray is so helpful to get to things that are in the middle of the coach, very hard to reach. It'll also save your back from trying to dig in there and from banging your head, which is inevitable when you're trying to dig for things under there. This coach, again, is a 2019, and this is the year that they brought up the height of the bays. So you have more storage here than you would have in an 18 or earlier. We do have an exterior TV here, but I couldn't find the key, so forgive me. Just trust me, it's in there. Here we have another bay without a tray. And why would we do that? Well, you lose a little bit of height in storage when you put that tray in. The tray is very handy, as I was saying, but sometimes it's nice to have one of each. Another thing to note, we have lights in all of these bays and power. So you can plug in something like a Traeger smoker or something like that, or a stereo or whatever it is that you wanted out here. One more bay, and we do have a surge protector with transfer switch right there. A little bit more, and then we have our chassis batteries back here with our disconnect. If you didn't catch earlier, this is a 450 Cummins. And I was surprised to find out it does have 15,000 pounds towing capacity. We have a side radiator here, which is going to really help when it's time to get servicing done here. So your mechanic isn't going to have to take that piece off to get to all of these important components. Even to check your oil or change your filters, it's going to be a little bit easier for you and save you money as well. The other thing that does, not having your radiator there, is it makes it so that your hitch is attached straight to your chassis rail. So better, more towing capacity because of that. And here's that side radiator I was just talking about. Here's your 50 amp power cord, and it is on a power rewind reel. So push a button when you need it to come back in and it'll wind back up for you. I think this should be on every coach. It just makes life so much easier. I need one of those for my backyard hose. And this is your aqua hot system I was telling you about. So continuous hot water, tankless hot water, however you want to say that, but also a moist heat is provided for the coach. This is definitely a higher end system. And then here's your water bay. Look how nicely they did that. We don't have a bunch of stickers on here that are going to fade and peel over time. We're going to know how to work this, what each thing does. And we also have that power rewind cord for your water hose. And you can also check your levels here. Your battery, your fresh tank, your gray tank, and your black tank from here, as well as inside the coach. Here's the other side of that bay with no tray. And then here's the one with the tray. And of course that tray comes out this way as well. You have a house disconnect and your inverter disconnect here as well. Really beautiful full body paint on this coach, as well as window awnings, slide toppers, and beautiful Girard awnings on the opposing side. These things make a difference. You know, the sun doesn't always shine on the passenger side where the normal awning is. So having a window awning makes a huge difference, especially when it's hot outside. And just power supply here. You can see up here, of course, that's where your side view cameras are when you turn on your blinker. That's where that's located. And then we have these beautiful LED lights in the front and a very high-end, very nice, very well taken care of motorhome. If you need any information on this 2019 Tiffin Allegro Bus 40 IP, please call me or email me. I'm Teresa Crawley, 303-684-3427, and have a great day.